Today in this video we're gonna understand more about our recent signing, James Maddison. We're gonna have a look at his career, his characteristic, and also we're gonna understand how he's gonna improve us and how he will fit the Ange system. James Maddison is born the 23 November of 1996 in Coventry. He played all his youth years in the Academy of Coventry, not exactly a club that is used to produce top talents. So seeing a young talent coming from that academy was an absolute rarity. Maddison was a special player, a bright spark of talent in the dark lands of Coventry's football. James made his debut the 21st October 2014 at just 17 years old in a 4-1 defeat against Oldham. Despite the result, James was able to put his mark into English football. The result was 2-0. Coventry won a free kick on the outside of the box. The young James Maddison take the ball with no hesitation, place the ball on the ground and score his first goal as a professional. The confidence he had on that free kick was incredible to see, especially for a 17-year-old guy. Everyone could immediately tell that that boy with the number 36 on his shoulders was destined to become a top player. In that free kick, the luck was on his side. The deflection was decisive, but the technique on the free kick was absolutely impeccable. The same technique that he's using now, the same technique that is the trademark of the iconic Maddison free kick. Coventry immediately understood that they had a star in their hands, and the season after they gave him the number 10 shirt. In this season, Maddison took the next step, putting his name once for all in the map. His first goal that season was a work of art. Received the ball with the back on the goal. With a change of direction, he got the best of the two defenders, and as soon as he got the space, he took the shot from outside of the box, scoring an amazing goal. The goal from outside of the box will be in the future his trademark finish. After another great season, Maddison inevitably got his move to Norwich. The English team decided to loan him immediately to Aberdeen in Scotland. Stephen Presley, the ex-manager of Coventry, said that Aberdeen are lucky to have James Maddison. Both Arsenal and Liverpool tried to sign him. He was 16 years old when I joined Coventry, but he was a player who we identified very early as being a very special talent, who had a big future in his hands. His experience with Aberdeen lasted only 4 months, just in time to register 2 goals and 7 assists. His impressive performances earned him his way back to Norwich. At Norwich, under Daniel Farke, he elevated his level into another dimension, establishing himself as one of the best midfielders in the whole England. Daniel Farke put James in the center of the project, and later in an interview he said, "From the first day, I realized how special Maddison could be, and in that season he confirmed the high praise, scoring 14 times and assisting 8, numbers of a world-class player." Norwich, unfortunately, despite James' performances, couldn't get the promotion to the Premier League, and it was absolutely impossible to keep a talent like him in that case. In the summer of 2018, Norwich sold Maddison to Leicester for £22.5 million. Leicester gave to him immediately the number 10 shirt. Huge expectation, huge responsibilities, but James is someone that have proved that can handle that, not only that he loves this situation, because he knows how good he is. After only 7 games in the Premier League, he already got 3 goals and 3 assists, showing to the Leicester fans and the Premier League fans all his qualities. He will end his first Premier League season with 7 goals and 7 assists, once again elevating his level and establishing himself as one of the best midfielders in the Premier League. His rise was inevitable, his talent was absolutely special. After the first season at Leicester, Brendan Rodgers said, "This kid has to play for England now. He is ready. We don't have many other players like him. I've been so impressed. He's got such a brilliant football brain. Technically, he's at the very high level. Tactically, he's improving all the time. He loves playing the game and training." A very good first season in the Premier League, but can he keep the same level the second season? That was the question everyone was asking themselves, and Maddison once again proved to everyone his worth with his performances. In the 1920 season of the Premier League, Maddison grew so much in terms of responsibilities in the Leicester team, and for these reasons he deserved to be called up for the England's Euro 2020 campaign. Maddison was in and out of the England team since 2018, but he never played 1 minute. But this time things look differently. Maybe it's finally the time of his consecration in the national team. Everything seemed to be perfect, but things change very quickly in football. And unfortunately, Maddison got into a huge scandal. England was playing the Euro qualification against Czech Republic and Bulgaria. Maddison, probably expecting another game without any minutes, missed the game, saying that he was ill, just to be photographed in the Leicester casino the same night. The photo became viral in very little time. The tabloid were saying that he ruined forever his chances to play for the national team. He went from a rising talent to an immature guy very quickly. Maddison reacted to all that drama in the only way that he knows, playing the game that he loves and trying to prove to everyone how good he is. The fear to lose the national team forever was something that drove him to become even better. Leicester got 4 wins in a row, and one of them was the historical 9-0 win away against Southampton, where Maddison, obviously, scored a free kick. This new version of Maddison was unstoppable. Another victim of his form was Arsenal, in a 2-0 win at home. Maddison punished them with a shot from outside of the box, a shot low on the ground that was absolutely unsavable for Leno. At this point, the England call-up was again inevitable, and Southgate decided to give him a second chance, and he finally got his debut against Montenegro at home the 14th November 2019. He finished the season with 6 goals and 3 assists in 31 games, helping Leicester to reach the 5th position, the 3rd best placement in their history. The 2021 season for Maddison was another success. Leicester finished once again 5th, just 1 point behind the UCL spot after being in the top 4 for 242 days. Maddison was obviously key in this campaign. He was once again the main creator of the team. He is more and more in the center of the Roger project at Leicester, scoring already 8 goals before February. Unfortunately, in the best moment of the season, and maybe in the best moment of his career, he got injured, missing 2 months, and after that he wasn't able to pick up the same form again, ending the campaign with 8 goals and 7 assists, the same that he had in February. In the 2021 season, James missed 18 games of Premier League. Injuries were a huge problem. But in the next season, injuries were not a problem anymore. Maddison missed only 2 games, and for this reason he got the best season of his life in terms of scoring. Maddison scored 12 times in the Premier League, assisting his teammates 8 times, becoming the 2nd most productive midfielder in the Premier League, only behind Kevin De Bruyne. After 2 consecutive 5th spot finish and the FA Cup win in the 21-22 season, Leicester started to show to everyone his real weaknesses. Leicester struggled a lot, being all season between 8th and 14th spot, showing huge problem defensively. Maddison was one of the few that did not drop his performances, but he improved once again, winning the Best Player of the Season award at Leicester. We all know what happened this season. Leicester's worst nightmare became reality, and they got relegated, and no one could ever expect that. The defensive struggles, the lack of investment have put Leicester from an European spot to be relegated in just 2 years. Even in the worst season, Maddison tried to help the team with everything he had. His performances kept Leicester alive until after the World Cup, scoring 7 times and assisting 4 times in November. His role as a leader in the team was absolutely clear. For this reason, in this campaign, he captained the side for 6 times. Brendan Rodgers said this about him: "I think that he's matured on and off the pitch. You need players that are going to take that leadership role and not just worry about themselves but worry about the team, and he's certainly one of those." Unfortunately, right after the World Cup, Maddison got injured again. This time was a knee problem that put him on the sideline for 4 games, and in these 4 games Leicester got 4 consecutive losses, starting the downfall that will see them relegated by May. Maddison came back and he scored 3 times and assisting another 5 times, ending his campaign with 10 goals and 9 assists in a team that got relegated. The problems of Leicester were too many, but Maddison surely wasn't one of them. With Leicester being relegated, the selling of Maddison was inevitable. James had a lot of options, and mainly two: Newcastle, that got UCL football back, or Tottenham, a huge club that is going through a huge revolution under Ange Postecoglou after an awful Premier League campaign. Maddison chose to play for Ange. He believed in the project and he was impressed by the words of the Australian manager. This is the chance of his life. If Maddison will succeed at Tottenham, he will be for everyone one of the best midfielders in the world, and surely he will become a regular also in the national team. The question is, how will he fit into Tottenham and what we need to expect from him? It's very clear to understand what James Maddison will bring into Tottenham. Brendan Rodgers said this about him: he's a fantastic player, one of the best in the Premier League. One thing that he can do above a lot of players is that he can see the forward pass. That's absolutely key. And this is exactly what I expect from him. Tottenham last season struggled defensively, but I think that our main problem was the fact that our midfield wasn't able to progress the ball, especially after Bentancur got injured. Maddison will completely change that dynamic. Now we don't need to rely just on Kane to find the vertical pass, but we have another elite passer of the ball in our team. Teams will not be able anymore to stop us with ease. I think that the player that will benefit the most from this is Son. Sonny struggled a lot last season, but I think that the main reason why he did that is because we couldn't give him the ball into dangerous position. Now we will have Kane and Maddison feeding him into space, and that will be virtually impossible for the opposition team to stop. As long as the injuries will not be a problem, I think that this will be an incredible improvement in our team. The unpredictability that he will add will allow us to score more and to be much more secure with the ball. Very exciting times for us. This Ange revolution is looking more and more promising. This is the end of the video, guys. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, a subscribe and a comment. I will really appreciate that, and see you the next time. Goodbye.